Hey, what's up, y'all? It's D about to react to this vid by Chronicle Speaks. Apparently, Mr. Tendernism got fired. People were trying to warn this man about the situation with the white owner. People were saying that he was gonna do him dirty, he was using him, etc. And look at what happened. He done got fired. This is crazy. I reacted to the video about this. Check it out if you haven't already, if you're not caught up with this mess. But let's see what's going on now and how he's gotten fired. Let's watch.
Now, I would be lying if I said I was surprised, but our favorite uncle has officially been fired from the plantation.
You want us to treat him like white folks?
No. That's not what I said.
You heard me right. Mr. Tendernism himself, Walter Johnson, has been let go from Destination Smokehouse. The same Destination Smokehouse he helped build. The same place he
helped build. He is the sole reason why it went so viral. That is so messed up.
Put on the map. The same business that would still be a sleepy little coffee shop if it wasn't for him. Because let's be very clear, it wasn't the building, it wasn't the menu, it wasn't the branding, it was the glasses tossed, it was that walk-off, it was the rib bone falling clean off the meat, it was the personality, the flavor, the soul that only Walter could bring.
And from my understanding from the first vid, they were saying that it was a coffee shop before he came along, but he started making meat in the establishment, and then they completely just focused on that. But it was just a coffee shop until he, decided to introduce the barbecue. So he is the reason that it became what it is now, from introducing the meat and then helping it go viral, which attracted so much business. So to fire him after all of that is crazy.
I'm trying telling y'all about Tendernism.
And none of y'all could tell me you didn't drive out there just to see him. But here's the part that really blows my mind. Destination Smokehouse would not even exist as a barbecue spot if Walter hadn't brought the idea to the owner, Nick, during the pandemic. But the tale is old as time. We already knew how the story would end up.
I'd like to introduce you to my new partner, Robert Friedman. We're going to be opening a soul food restaurant together.
Walt and I came together and we became partners after about 4 years of working with each other. He's the only reason why this place does barbecue. He's the original pitmaster, recipe maker, everything. I owe him everything. That's why we became a partner.
Nick, that's my partner. My brother Walter.
How do you go from partnerships to...
You're fired.
But when one door closes, another one opens, and it's even better. Walter is getting his own restaurant in Texas. We're going to break this down and so much more. But before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on stories like this and so much more. Now let's get back into it. So let me take you back a few years. Now, Nick, the owner of Destination Barbecue, posted a video on his own YouTube channel a few years back explaining how this business even became a barbecue spot. Now, he said that Walter gave him the idea. Nick wasn't a pit master. He wasn't a barbecue guy. He was in the business of coffee. Ribs. He was literally running his parents' coffee shop in Hemet, California. Walter walked in one morning, talked to Nick and his mother. He said he was looking for a job. They vibed. Walter made a pot of gumbo, and Nick brought him onto the team. Then the pandemic hit. Walter said, hey, maybe we should sell barbecue. Nick was like, what the hell, why? But after 4 phone calls, mind you, 4, Nick finally listened. Why? Because Walter knew what he was doing. Cooking was in his blood. He had learned from his brother, cooked all over the country, and perfected flavor his whole life. So Walter brings the idea, Walter brings the flavor, Walter starts cooking, and then Walter has an issue in his family causing him to have to leave the job for a month. In that time, Nick said he learned how to do all of this on YouTube. That isn't shade, that's what he said. Nick said that he watched Aaron Franklin, Harry Sue, Malcolm Reed, and more. And that's how he learned, from YouTube. So let's get the foundation straight. Walter created the idea, Walter created the spark, Walter brought the recipes, Walter brought the personality, Walter brought the viral moments, and Nick brought his YouTube tutorials. This was a partnership until it wasn't. And that's when things went left. Now, when the rib bones dropped, When the meat fell clean off, when the glasses flew, a star was born. Lines wrapped around the building. Celebrities pulled up. Millions of views poured in. But here's where the story gets dark. Most people thought the restaurant was Walter's. We all did, because he was the face. He was the cook. He was the entertainer. He was the energy. People said, I drove hours to support this black man. I came because of him. I thought this was his business. But behind the scenes, Walter wasn't the owner. Walter wasn't even a partner on paper. He was, and this is the painful part, the mascot for someone else's business. Which brings me to the moment the internet started side-eyeing everything. When food critic Keith Lee visited, he wanted to bless Walter directly with $4,000.
Give us the update, girl.
So, update. We cannot get to Security said it was over with for the day. They said that he was filming something. I believe he was filming a podcast. We had $5,000 in cash, or $4,000 in cash that we was going to give him a hand. They didn't take it, so we're not only going to take this money and feed some people, but we just going to do what we feel like we're supposed to do in the community.
As always, after this, I pray and hope that they continue to reach their target audience.
Now, Keith specifically asked for him, but according to witnesses, Walter was blocked from coming out. They said he was busy filming a podcast. So Keith left confused and gave the money to customers instead. And baby, that's when the internet woke up.
Finding out that Tendernism destination was not black owned was not on my bingo card in 2025. Especially people that talk about, well, me, as somebody that talks about generational trauma and reparations. For everybody saying, I don't see the problem with it. The fact that this man was able to grow a business is exactly what slaves did in this country.
On the backs of a black man.
We made the U.S. billions, and then they gave us our freedom, and now we're still fighting for reparations in 2025, while every other nationality that has ever been wronged in this country has pretty much received some type of reparation.
We have all of this partner talk, but when the paperwork is done, it has Nick's name and his mother's name everywhere, and we don't see Unc's name anywhere.
I lived too long, somebody taking advantage of me. That part of taking advantage of me, there's a lot of things people can do in life. That's not something we do here at Destination.
You know, it's also it's one of those things that it cannot be.
Child, I react to this. Basically, the old man was like, "Oh, I'm okay with being used." Okay. Oh, now he gotta GoFundMe. Okay.
Anybody, especially by this guy,
the white man.
Because he got fired.
I'm younger than him.
The white money. He was right, because the white money has now fired him, and Walt is now taking up a collection. He has to go fund me. Take a listen at this. Walter, also known as Mr. Tendernism, is a beloved figure in the California food scene. In 2020, he partnered with a small coffee shop, bringing his signature gumbo and barbecue vision to life as it evolved into Destination Smokehouse. Walter's larger-than-life personality quickly became the heart of the brand. In viral videos, he'd lift a rib bone, watch the meat fall clean off, toss his glasses, and shout out his now famous phrase, "That's Tendernism." Millions followed as Unc delivered unforgettable reactions. Lines stretched around the block, and celebrities stopped in to witness the magic. When food critic Keith Lee visited, national attention surged, and many were surprised to learn Walter was the face of the restaurant, not the owner, igniting conversations about viral fame and ownership. Soon after the spotlight intensified, Walter was ultimately fired from the restaurant he helped make famous. But Walter's story doesn't end there. He's launching his own food truck, where he'll showcase his signature barbecue and soul food creations, giving fans the authentic flavor and larger-than-life energy that they fell in love with. He'll also travel city to city, reviewing small, locally owned barbecue and soul food restaurants, spotlighting hidden gems, driving foot traffic, and helping hardworking entrepreneurs grow their businesses. More than food, it's about community, culture, and ownership. Walter isn't just tasting ribs. He's building a platform that celebrates small businesses and turns viral moments into lasting impact. That's Tendernism is back, and this time it belongs to him.
That's why I'm telling y'all about Tendernism.
Now we have attorney Ken Harris, who in November said, I filed for the trademark and have been trying to reach out to Walt. Happy that I filed instead of someone else who could care less about Walt. So he hasn't missed the opportunity. Don't know why he didn't file, but I've got his back. So now there's currently 4 filings, and they all show pending. 2 are by the attorney Ken Harris, and the other 2 are by Diamond Smoke Shop. So Ken has filed twice. Now the thing about trademarks, they only protect the category it's filed in. So he filed the clothing and merch, and then he filed the restaurant and food services. So he had to file twice to protect both. And then the second filing we have is Diamond Smokehouse Enterprises, Inc., and you wouldn't believe who owns that.
The white man. I don't know like it is.
So we have Diamond Smokehouse here at the top, and then we have both Nick and his mother's name down here at the bottom.
Tendernism.
Unc made this word popular, and this word actually brought people to the restaurant, and look what we do. We end up stealing from him. His name is nowhere on this information. Now, Ken said he's actually trying to give it to him. However, his business partner, Mr. Learn Everything on YouTube, is keeping everything in-house.
Now, what you got to say about that?
So Kenneth filed November 16th and Diamond Smokehouse filed December 6th. Now Kenneth Harris filed first, but his filing says intent to use, meaning he wasn't using it yet. Nick filed later, but his says first use in commerce is April 17th, 2024. So legally, Nick is trying to argue I used it first, so even though I filed later, I still own it.
I have an update on Destination Smokehouse stealing Tendernism and filing a trademark without including on it. First, let me start by saying, yes, Destination Smokehouse filed a fraudulent trademark application with the USPTO for Tendernism under the direction of an attorney. Now, this is my issue with the attorney. We are supposed to do a thorough search prior to filing an application to let the client know, hey, this name is available, or this is a competing application, what do you want to do? We all know that it's first to file who gets priority before an examining attorney in order to determine ownership. Kenneth Harris, who's an attorney, decided that he was going to go and file an application under the USPTO in order to protect Unk's rights. And I'm so glad that he did that because it was the right thing to do. Now, here's the issue. The issue is he's been trying to transfer his application over to Unk, but has been unsuccessful in getting in contact with him. I wonder fucking why. Because Keith Lee also had an issue when he arrived in order to bless Unk with a gift. But no, they didn't allow him to see Unk without him present. So I wholeheartedly believe that the owner of Destination Smokehouse is preventing Attorney Harris from getting in contact with Unk in order to transfer this application over because he is the rightful owner of Tendernism, not Destination Smokehouse. What's even more concerning with this owner, and so he is making it seem like, and I posted all the videos to show you that he has said repeatedly, they were partners there, this, there, that. Guess what? If y'all were partners, you would have added him to that trademark application, but you didn't.
So we are going to just have to see how that all goes down. Now we have a rapper by the name of Cartel Bo who has bought Unk his own restaurant and his own food truck. Now they have text messages going back and forth. Unk said, send me a number and let's connect. Then the number was sent. He said, we'll call a little later today and thank you for thinking of me. Cartel Bo says, definitely Unk, you got help here and we don't want nothing. It's our love, Unk. It's only one Tendernism. And then a video was sent.
Hey man, Texas Tendernism is in full effect, man. Them people did my boy wrong, man. They did our favorite uncle wrong as hell, bro. But we not worried about none of that, man, because we already bought the building. We got it down here. We got the barbecue truck down here. So it's connected. However you want to do it. If you want to travel or you want to work straight out of his restaurant, he can do it. You know, we've been on the phone. It's really happening, man. The people did my man's wrong, bro. They exploited him. They exploited our uncle, man. They exploited him, man. They used him, man. These racist and white people used him to the fullest of what they can get out of him. And the second he stepped away.
During Black History Month. You fired this man during Black History Month? No, this is deliberate. This is crazy.
They trademarked the word Tendernism, fired him, and told him if he can't use it no more, we gonna sue him. So we breaking all that date. We done already trademarked another way to say Tenderism. He good. We give him his own restaurant. He ain't gotta pay for nothing. We coming out of pocket for everything. All we actually gotta do is, man, bless Unk game, man. Go send a couple dollars to Unk, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Let's get Unk going.
Hey, this is official Mr. Tendernism coming to y'all.
You know what I hate though? When people were initially warning him, he was trying to stick with the white man. And he's just like, nah, I'm good. I'm, cool over here. And some people were saying, oh, maybe he's just cool being a worker. So he don't want to get involved in all of that. And that is the case where some people are not very business minded and they don't want to do that. But apparently that wasn't the case with him because look, he's trying to do things on his own. He did want to, go into ownership and whatnot, but because that opportunity wasn't presented to him, I feel like he was just accepting what he could, which is really unfortunate. But I mean, as long as he's seeing the light now, that's all that matters, I guess. After he got fired.
We went kind of late at night, but I want to know y'all come on my page. Official Mr. Tendernism, Walter Johnson. Yes, sir. Y'all come on down now. I'm the Tendernism original, not nobody else. The original Tendernism. Booyah.
Now this is him walking around the restaurant showing it to Unk, and Unk looks so happy. I am so happy for him.
Oh, I love this. Shout out to that rapper, man.
He deserves it.
I've never heard of him, but shout out to him. This is really dope.
This, the way they did him dirty, I am so happy. So if y'all want to give to the GoFundMe, it will be in the description. And when they open up, let's go ahead and patronize Unk's spot. Let's make sure we get some of that Tendernism, the real Tendernism.
This is like a bar.
What I need to do is hear from you.
I know you lying. This is so trifling. He literally used that man as much as he could and then discarded him when he felt like, all right, I'm good now. Like, I got the trademark and I got the business, so we don't need you anymore. I got the recipes on YouTube. So, bye. That is so messed up. Like, wow, they still would have been a struggling coffee shop if it wasn't for this man. So yeah, I wish him well. I hope his business does well in the future. Messed up. Y'all let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.